Hoosier State so prized a possession is the old oaken bucket that I heard of a coach who won it for the first time and slept with it that night. From Bloomington to West Lafayette, the fans look to have their say in this in-state showdown. Welcome, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Purdue's offense has the ball first today. The Hoosiers had no problem as they ran away from the Boilermakers the last time they met.
And that was a game Purdue fans want to forget. They made way too many mental errors in that one. It really was Purdue.
Yeah, and I guess Purdue needs to produce today if Purdue wants to do something special.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
They'll go to the ground. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Let's take a minute and look big picture at Purdue. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. Three-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a three-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home. Now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the Indiana Hoosiers offense has the ball for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out.
There he goes! Quick step and go! He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And the Hoosiers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking to pass, it's Simpson. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! Quick strike through the air for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. This rivalry dates back to 1891, and you want to know how important the old oaken bucket is? When Lee Corso won it for the first time, he slept with the bucket.
There are NFL players that don't sleep with the Lombardi trophy, so that just shows you how important this trophy is to these two teams.
Well, it shows you how awesome Lee Corso is, too, because he's also the guy that, when he had a lead on Ohio State, called a timeout, brought all of his players on the field, and took a picture in front of it saying Indiana was beating Ohio State.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Bunch formation for these receivers. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Under fire! Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Breaks into the open. Got enough space. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. And into the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Indiana!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting box, and they need to get something together with this possession. Gives it on the option. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The old Oaken bucket dates all the way back to 1925, but the rivalry itself goes back even further. 1891, alumni associations from both sides decided what's the perfect, most suitable. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback, they get him on the ground, their 3rd sack of the day, and this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Sends it back in motion. Toss to the left. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Lost, the defense is wide open. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the Had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
To the ground with the back. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period will be a second down. They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
Finds his big tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play. And the Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Turning it on!
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. Quickly to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Brown has it. Runs through a tackle. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
That's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Looking for the end zone. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, Indiana! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, we have reached a conclusion in the Egg Bowl between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a halt.
And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Quickly complete. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Hoosiers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short.
Let's go! Timber!
They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the 1st.
He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. On the direct snap, It's Brown. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll start the return inside his 5.
The return is
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
The Boilermakers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for a crease to the left. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it, and I don't know.
There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. He cannot get it in, a mere inches away from pay dirt.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Indiana!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick that you can go to.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Gets the back moving. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got it down the left side. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
looking to throw on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets, right?
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, the old oaken bucket is on the line, and already the Hoosiers and Boilermakers have given us some impressive moments. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Purdue and Indiana plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Boilermakers will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Fires to the tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
The Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. He's got him. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one. Sometimes it's easy for the receiver to get lost running a drag through all that traffic, Jesse.
Yeah, and this is a receiver too, Reese, who's dangerous once he has the football in his hands. So I like the idea on offense of trying to get this guy the ball quickly to see what he can do once he has it.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? And some room to work. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Got a man. It's Barker. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a nice job by the quarterback there. Of course, he's right-handed, but there he is scrambling and rolling to his left. It's not easy to be accurate when you're doing it, but he's able to put that right on target for the completion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Going to the running game. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. Good timing on the quick out. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. To the air, it's Simpson. Safe completion on the screen. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Handoff from the gun. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll send the tight end in motion. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
The screen, he can go. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Boilermakers will call on their punt team. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
On the direct snap, it's Brown. Now the toss. He forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
This defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
The short hands, it's Bond. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Hoosiers are rolling down the field.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage. And when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Brown. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Indiana! The Hoosiers are taking control of this game against the Boilers.
IU speeding away now. You can feel the momentum shifting towards Indiana's sideline. Purdue's got to do something now to get some of that back.
Oh, they can feel the bucket in their hands already. The rivalry game, they've done a great job handling their emotion, taking the lead. Now they just got to finish.
And he added the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Got his man on the outside.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football. Not good.
The Boilermakers will punt this one away.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the fourth quarter.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. Couldn't find any room at all, and he'll lose 7 on the play.
I like the idea going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Brown. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows.
Beck's going for the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hoosiers! The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Rice is getting cooked right now at home, and it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 22 to North Texas. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The give on the option. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Look out, he's got room. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And this offense, man, they just can't get out of their own way. Like, they've got a 0 on the scoreboard already. Now turning the football over late in the game when you're down. They've got to find a way to make something good happen on that side of the football.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. Got to execute, you got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
On We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Moulton. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Lining up in the wildcat. Let's see what they've got.
Let's go. Set.
On the direct snap, it's Moulton. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. So they come to the line, and the wildcat going to give them a different look. Might be changing the route. On the direct snap, it's Moulton. He's going for the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing every possession is going to be important from here on in.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have the turnover.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. This time around, the old Oaken Bucket will spend the year in Bloomington as Indiana beats Purdue. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.